Okay, let's look at our warm-up. So this goes back to what we did yesterday, okay? In a triangle, what do the three angles add up to? They add up to what? Good. They always add up to 180 degrees. All three of them together add up to 180. So like on number 1, to find angle U, I'm going to do 180 minus 37 minus 63. And what does that give you? Okay. So angle U is 80 degrees. Okay, number 2. This angle is 46 degrees. How big is this angle right here? 90. When you see that little mark, that means 90 degrees. So I'm going to do 180 minus 90 minus 46. And what does that give you? Gives you 44 degrees for angle B. Okay, then on number 3, I'm going to do 180 minus 36 minus 51. And that gives you 93 degrees. Okay, now I didn't ask for it on here, but this first triangle right here, is this triangle acute, right, or obtuse? No. Is this acute, right, or obtuse? It's acute. All the angles are less than 90, okay? This triangle, is this triangle acute, right, or obtuse? It's right. It's got a 90-degree angle in there. This is a right triangle. And then on this one, what is this one? It's obtuse because this angle right here is 93 degrees, which is more than 90. So this is an obtuse triangle right here. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're just practicing more of the same stuff that we did yesterday. So as we look at our notes here, so the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is what? Is 180 degrees. So if you remember yesterday, the little activity that we did, we shaded in these corners like this. And then remember we cut it out, then we ripped these corners off like this. And then we put these three angles together. What happened when we put these three angles together? It was like a straight line. It was like something like this, where these were shaded in. Okay. Like this. Look like that. But it made a straight line down here, which is 180 degrees. So remember, in any triangle, it doesn't matter what triangle, if you rip the corners off and you lay those corners next to each other, they're always going to make a straight line for 180. Okay, so these top 3 are just like your warm-up. So find those missing angles real quick on those 3. Find the missing angles on this one, and this one real quick. Just like you did on your warm-up just now. Okay, so on this first one, 180 minus 65 minus 57 gives you what? 58? Alrighty. So that angle right there is 58 degrees. On this one, you're going to do 180 minus 90 minus 40. What does that give you? 50. Gives you 50 degrees. Okay, and then on this one, you're doing 180 minus 130 minus 20. What does that give you? Gives you 30 degrees for this one. Okay, good. So that's the main thing to remember. Those 3 angles, the interior angles, add up to 180. All right, so as I drop down here and look at this, what's up with these 3 angles right here? What's going to be true of these 3 angles together? Yeah, added up, they add up to equal 180, okay? So it's going to be like this. 60 plus 3x plus x. So if you notice, I'm adding this, that's where this comes from, plus this, that's where this comes from, plus this, that's where that comes from. So when I add all 3 of these angles up, what do they add up to when I add them up? 180. To 180, okay? And then from here, we're just going to solve for x. All right, so I need to combine like terms. What does 3x and 1x make? 4x. So I have 60 plus 4x equals 180. All I did was just combine these like terms to get this, going from this step to this step. Okay, now we're going to subtract 60 from both sides. This zeroes out, and we get 4x equals 120. Then what do? Divide by 4 on both sides. That way these 4's cancel the 1, and then x equals 30. Okay, so x equals 30. Now what I want to do is I want to plug that 30 in to find out how big these angles are. So like I'm going to take it for angle ABC. That's angle ABC is this one right here. So if I take 30 and plug it in right there, what's 3 times 30? 90. Okay, good. So I'm doing 3 times 30 for this one. That's 90 degrees. And then if I plug in 30 right here, how big is that? It's just 30. I mean, it's just x, so that's just 30 degrees. All right, second one. How am I going to write the equation for number 2? Okay, good. You kind of jumped the gun there. So I'm going to go ahead and write the whole thing out just so it won't confuse some people. So it's x plus 10 plus 50 equals 180. Do what? That's fine. That's fine. I just want everybody who's not there can see what's going on. So x, that comes from right here. This x plus 10 comes from right here, and this 50 comes from right here. Now we're going to combine all these like terms. So x and x makes 2x. 10 and 50 makes 60. All right, what do we do from here? Subtract 60. This zeroes out, we get 2x equals 120. Divide by 2. X equals 60. And if I take 60 and plug it in up here, so if I plug in 60, well, let's talk about this one. If I plug in 60 here, what's 60 plus 10? 70. So CAB, that's this one, so that's 70. And then if I plug in 60 right here, it's just 60. Okay, number 3. Somebody else who hasn't answered yet. Somebody tell me how we're going to set this equation up for number 3. How are we going to set this up for number 3? Okay, good. So 6x plus 5x plus 70 equals 180. All right, so when we combine like terms, we got 6x and 5x. How many x's is that? 11 x's. So we have 11x plus 70 equals 180. Subtract 70. So this zeroes out, we get 11x equals 110. Divided by 11. X equals 10. Yep. So if I take that 10 and plug it in up here for CAB, CAB is this one. So if I plug in 10 right there, what's 6 times 10? 60 degrees. And then if I plug in 10 here, 5 times 10 is 50 degrees. All right, then on this last one, number 4, we're going to have x plus 50 plus 4x plus 70 equals 180. Combining like terms, we have x. 4x makes 5x. 50 and 70 makes 120. Subtract 120. Zeros out. 5x equals 60. Divided by 5. And so what does x equal? X equals 12. And when I take that 12 and plug it in CAB right here, so what's 12 plus 50? 62. And then when I plug in 12 right here, what's 4 times 12? It's 48. Okay, on the back, so this is like the second, little thing that we did yesterday. So the measures of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. So if you remember yesterday, what we did is we numbered these. We did 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we shaded those angle 1 and 2 in. We ripped this piece of paper off right here. So when we took angle 1 and we added angle 2 to it. Okay, good. So remember, when we took angle 1 and 2 and we put them together, did they fit into angle 3 or into angle 4? Good, they fit into angle 4. All right. Which I just threw this on here to remind you, this is the one that we used, that we cut out and did that everything with. This is a little bit cleaner, but when we ripped this off and this off, it fit exactly inside right there. So this angle 1 plus angle 2 equaled this angle 4 right here. So that's what we're going to use as we go through here. There's other ways to do this, but using this little fact right here makes it a lot easier. So on this one, this angle plus this angle right here is going to equal this exterior angle over here. So something plus 50 equals 120. Yep, and the answer is 70. Okay? Now, if you forget kind of how to do that, you would just do 120 minus 50, and that's going to give you 70. That's going to tell you how big that angle is. Okay, on number 2. So again, like from what we did yesterday, if you ripped this off and you ripped this angle off right here, it would fit exactly into this right here. Okay? Those two would fit exactly in there. So I'm thinking, all right, some number plus 50 is 115. Something plus 50 is 115. So you could write it like this even. You could say something plus 50 equals 115. Okay, something. And so instead of a question mark, I'm just going to put an X for that. Something plus 50 equals 115. So we're just going to subtract 50. And what does that give you?
65.
Gives you 65. All right. So number 3. So again, if you ripped this off and you ripped this off, those two angles together would fit in right here. So 50 plus 70 equals something. Okay, just putting an X in place of that question mark. Which, that's super easy. What's 50 plus 70? So 120 equals X. I mean, that's the answer right there. It's 120 degrees. Okay, on this one, same thing. 25 plus 80 equals something out over there. And that's 105. All right, so we're going to use that same thing, all right? So this angle and this angle right here together add up to equal this angle out over here. So on this one, it's going to be 30 plus 10x minus 10 equals the one on the outside, which is 12x minus 4. Okay, so see what I did there? The 30 came from right here. That's this angle. Plus 10x minus 10, that's the measurement of this angle. So when I add those two angles up, it equals this angle that's on the outside right here. So we're just going to solve for x. All right. So I've got 10x, nothing's changed that, but what is 30 minus 10 on this side? Is 20. And we have 12x minus 4 over here still. Now I need to get my x's together, so I'm going to subtract 10x from both sides. That's going to zero out. We're going to have 20 and 2x minus 4. Then what am I going to do? Plus 4. So 24 equals 2x. Divided by 2. And what does x equal? 12. X equals 12. So if you, yep, this would be 140. And this would be 120, that'd be 110, which that makes sense because 30 plus 110 is 140. So that's all good. Okay, on this one, same thing. This angle plus this angle equals this on the outside. So we're going to have 22x plus 4 plus 15x plus 5 equals 120. So combine the like terms. 22x and 15x makes what? 37x, good. And then 5 and 4 make 9 equal 120. Then I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. Zeros out. 37x equals 111. And what is 111 divided by 37? Straight up 3. So that'd be 66 plus 4, that'd be 70. And that'd be 45 plus 5 is 50. Which makes sense because 50 plus 70 is 120. So that looks good. Okay, real quick on your assignment, I want to go through here and just help get a few of these set up so to help you get started. So looking on the first page there, those top ones are super easy, okay? There's nothing to that. So look at number 5. So how are we going to set up the equation on number 5?
60 plus 5x plus 3x.
Good, 60 plus 5x plus 3x equals 180, okay? And solve for it like that. All right, I'm just going to set a few of these up for you. I'm going to let you work them out, but just get them set up for you. Okay, right below there on number 9. How would I set that one up?
2x plus 15 plus 2x equals 20.
Okay, good. So it's, yeah, there you go. 2x plus 15 plus x equals 180. Okay, so like this 2x comes from right here. This 2x plus 15 is this, and then this just x by itself is this x up here. So again, you're just adding all three of those angles up to equal 180. Okay, flip it over real quick. And so, like on number 1 on that next page, okay, so the k plus 17 equals 83 on that one. Okay, these two on the inside, these two add up to equal this one out here. So k plus 17 equals 83, which, I mean, that's super simple. You're just subtracting there on those. Okay, drop down to that number 9 there. So on number 9, these two angles, inside angles, add up to equal this one out here. So on this one, it's going to be 4x plus 2 plus 30 equals 8 plus 6x. Okay, this 4x plus 2 came from right here, plus 30, this one, to equal this 8 plus 6x, which is on the outside. All right, and then like the number 11 there, how would we set up number 11?
3x equals 90.
Okay, this number 11 right here
Oh,
on the other page.
46 plus negative 1. Or it would be negative 1 plus 8x plus 46 equals 18x this part.
Yep, yeah, that'll work. So like that. So it's 46 plus negative 1 plus 8x equals 18x plus 45. Which you could have wrote negative 1 plus 8x plus 46. Same thing. Okay, and so just to show you what's going to happen here, this 46 plus negative 1 is just like 45. So you're going to have 45 plus 8x equals 18x plus 5. Okay, then you would subtract 8x from both sides. You'd have 45 equals 10x plus 5. Minus 5, 40 equals 10x. Which means x would equal 4 there.